everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, my puppets and I, we're going to be teaching you how to play Monopoly. Just like I said in Facebook Live, my puppets and I will teach you how to play Monopoly after I did Lego build and my 30th video. So, Monopoly is a great game. People have been adding house rules to Monopoly. There's even some game system versions of Monopoly, like the Nintendo 64 version and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System version and the Nintendo Entertainment System version and the Sega Genesis. And there's also the PlayStation 1 version, but I have the PS4 version. Yep, I have the PlayStation 4 version of Monopoly. But we will see how things work out. So, let's get started. So, how to play Monopoly. So, Monopoly is actually based on the economy. You're trying to outsmart your opponents and try to rake in their money and make sure that you own every single property and Monopoly and you just improve it. So, let's set up the board. Okay, so the board is set up. The chance cards go in the chance area, and the community chest cards go in the community chest area. Decide who will be the banker. Everyone picks a token piece. I'm going to be doing me versus my puppets, but I'm not going to be using the dice because I need to make this video as short as possible. So I'll be showing you what will happen if you land on different squares on the board. There are 40 squares on the board. Property squares, chance squares, community chest squares, ghost square, jail square, free parking square, and the go to jail square. When you're traveling around the board, you will always travel the board clockwise. So today, I'll be the cat, Red will be the dog, Cuddle will be the boot, Lorenzo will be the battleship, and Reptile will be the hat. So we're gonna put our character tokens on go. Each player gets 2 $500 bills, 2 $100 bills, 2 $50 bills, 6 $20 bills, 5 $10 bills, 5 $5 bills, and 5 $1 bills. The rest of the money stays with the game and is called the bank. One person gets to be the banker. The bank pays players money and receives money. Roll the dice and add the total sum together. The player with the highest total goes first. Then play proceeds with the person to your left. When you're playing the game system versions, the game systems get to choose who gets to go first, who gets to go second, who gets to go third, and so on and so forth. When you're playing the normal Monopoly board game, play proceeds with the person to your left. When you roll the dice, you move your token piece that many spaces clockwise around the board. So I rolled a 6. So I get to move my token piece 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here I landed on Oriental Avenue. What am I going to do? I'm going to buy it. Oriental Avenue costs $100. So I'll take $100 and give it to the bank, and then I can own this property. So Oriental Avenue is mine now. So I get to place it on the table face up in front of me. However, if I didn't want to buy this property, the bank sells it at auction to the highest bidder. Now, it's Red's turn. Red rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look what happened. Red landed on income tax, so he has to pay the bank $200. So here are his $200, so he has to give them to the bank. So, if you land on income tax, you must pay the bank the amount of taxes. The same thing with the luxury tax square. Now, it's Cuddle's turn. Cuddle rolled a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She landed on the jail square. If you land on the jail square, you're not in jail but are visiting. Okay, so it's Lorenzo's turn. He rolled a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He landed on chance, so he gets to draw a card. When you land on chance or community chest, you draw a card from its respective pile and follow the instructions on the card. Sometimes chance and community chest cards can either give you money, take away money, be your get out of jail free card, or just take you to jail. So I would suggest you please be careful with these cards. Okay, so it's Reptile's turn. He rolled a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he landed on Oriental Avenue, but I own Oriental Avenue, so he has to pay me $6. Okay, so here is his $6. He's going to pay me, so I get to take his $6 and that's how he pays the rent. However, if I own all 3 properties of the same color, I own a monopoly. That means Reptile will have to pay me double rent. Okay, so let's talk about railroads. So I landed my character token on Pennsylvania Railroad and I bought the property. Owning railroads can actually help you out bankrupt your opponents super fast. Owning utilities is not the best idea, but it can actually help you out too. If you land on free parking, nothing happens. This means if you have to pay taxes, put the money in the bank. Do not place it in the middle of the board. There are 3 ways to go to jail. The 3rd way to go to jail is to get a chance or community chest card that says go to jail. The 2nd way to go to jail is to roll doubles 3 times in a row in a single turn. And the number 1 way to go to jail is to land on a square that says go to jail. If any of this happens, you do not get to pass go, you do not get to collect $200. Once you're in jail, you're still allowed to buy houses, trade with players, and collect rent. There are 3 ways to get out of jail. The 3rd way to get out of jail is to pay the bank $50. The 2nd way to get out of jail is to try to roll doubles while you're in jail. And the number 1 way to get out of jail is to use a get out of jail free card. If you roll doubles but you did not pay the bank $50, you are released from jail and you get to move that many spaces. You do not get to go again. If you roll doubles and you did pay $50, you are released from jail and you get to go again. The trick of jail is to prevent you from paying your opponents the rent. This means if it's late in the game and you're short on money, stay in jail for as long as you can. Whenever you land on or pass go, you get $200 from the bank. That's your salary. Whenever you're doing trading, you can only trade your opponent's cash, get out of jail free cards, and unimproved properties. However, before you trade, you have to make sure that your properties do not have any buildings. If you want to buy houses or hotels, you must first own a monopoly. In order to own a monopoly, you have to own all 3 properties of the same color. Once you own a monopoly, you can actually buy houses or hotels. You can buy houses or hotels at any time. If you want to buy houses or hotels, you need to spread them across the board evenly. You cannot build or break down one property. You can only have 4 houses in each property, and you can only have 1 hotel in each property. There are 32 houses and 12 hotels in the game. Do not play with more than this. You can outsmart your opponents by keeping your properties with 4 houses instead of replacing them with a hotel. If one of your properties is mortgaged, you cannot build any houses. You do not have a monopoly. This means if your opponents land on a mortgaged property, they cannot pay you any rent. You can still trade mortgaged properties. However, if you trade mortgaged properties, your opponents have to decide to either unmortgage them or keep them mortgaged. So, when your properties are mortgaged, the bank pays you the mortgage price. If you want to unmortgage a property, you must pay the bank the mortgage price plus 10%. The goal of Monopoly is to be the last player standing. In order to be the last player standing, you must outsmart your opponents and make them go bankrupt. If you land on a property that has a house or a hotel, you must pay the creditor the rent with extra money. If you do not have enough money, you must sell all of your buildings, mortgage all your properties until you have enough to pay the creditor. If you sell all your buildings back to the bank and mortgage all your properties, but you still don't have enough money, you are bankrupt and you are out of the game. You give all that you have to the creditor. Mortgage properties remain mortgaged. This means if you are the last player standing, the economy is yours and you win. And that's how to play Monopoly. So, all you're doing is trying to own monopolies and improve your properties so that you can rule the economy. So, if you're the last player standing, you win the game and the economy is yours. Me and my puppets, we were playing Monopoly and I had to explain to you about what's happening. So, all we did was buy properties and trade properties and we improved our properties. So we did some trading, we had to mortgage properties, and I won because I outsmarted my puppets. I have to keep it short because all I'm doing is trying to explain how the game works. So anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell to get notified about my future videos. Please follow me on Facebook. If you have any other social media accounts, please share this video and please share my YouTube channel. Share my YouTube channel on your other social media accounts or any other social media pages or whatever. So in order to subscribe to my channel, just get a Google account and just get a YouTube account and then just click subscribe and there you go. No money to pay unless you want to remove any ads. So anyways, thank you all for watching my video. I hope you enjoy it. This is Deven Chisum saying peace out, and my puppets and I, we will see you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.